Welcome to a Bestow TV production. If you enjoy our content, please click the subscribe button. To get notifications of new releases, ring that bell. Thank you, and away we go.
Why do you of all people, want to still stay with the Joker?
Okay, I know my pudding's a little rough sometimes, but he loves me, really.
Here at C2E2, we're going to be bringing you live coverage from artists, writers, and cosplayers. Hopefully some stars along the way. We hope you stay tuned to the rest of our coverage here at C2E2 2013. The Joker doesn't love you. I mean, haven't you seen it?
I don't believe you're our therapist, so I don't think you're qualified to give an opinion.
Talking with artist Mico Suayan. How'd you get into comics?
Well, I started like buying comic books, and then I just fell in love with the artworks, and I started like drawing and copying other artists' artwork, and that's how I got in here.
Is there any specific artists you look up to in terms of their style?
Yeah, there's actually a lot. I started looking artworks from Will Portacio and some of the older Filipino artists like Redondo and Alex Nino and other stuff. And recently I've been, my inspiration for my work is Lenny Liu, Olivier Copiel, and there's a lot actually.
You seem to have a very similar style in some ways to Lee Bermejo.
Yeah. Especially that guy, yeah.
You have a cover for Red Hood that you did, and it's really prevalent. I mean, you have a really urban vibe to it almost, really realistic.
You can say that I'm influenced by him.
What was your first project you got work on?
My first project was for Marvel. It's a short story about Magneto, and that's actually just I don't know, 5 pages of that book. So
what other work have you done at Marvel?
I did. I'm like well known to be on Moon Knight, and then some Thor, Werewolf by Night, and then some covers for X-Men and what else? Wolverine.
Because I've known about your Moon Knight work a lot. It's amazing. How'd you transition over to DC then with some work?
Well, I was like exclusive for Marvel for 3 years, and then after that, I'd like, just went out and look for other opportunities.
Do you have any more DC work coming up in the pipes?
I'm like doing some covers for Injustice. I'm doing more covers for that, and probably after that I'll doing some things I cannot talk about yet. So.
What other work do you have coming up?
I just finished this book for Valiant. It's called Shadow Man #0. So it comes out like next week. So should watch for that. And I'm doing some one shot for Marvel. That's it. And some covers, yeah.
Okay. I appreciate it, Mico. This is Tommy Zimmer at C2E2 2013. The one thing that people search all of their lives for at these conventions is Jesus. Jesus, it's a pleasure. Now, Jesus, tell me, what did you decide to do with your life after you died?
What haven't I decided to do with my life? I've been in pretty much anything you can imagine. I'm everywhere. I can't stop doing things.
Well, I thought you were dead.
That too. When I said everywhere, I meant alive, dead, afterlife, everything.
How do you do all that?
Copy machine. There's at least 4 of me running around right now.
Wouldn't that be more of a cloning machine?
More or less. That's really more of less than less of more.
How does God feel about this?
He wants more of an army. He always wanted a bigger family.
Isn't that what the saints are supposed to be doing?
Yes, but they're more adopted. I always felt bad about being an only child.
Well, don't you think that, you know, kind of the community of Christians around the world are supposed to be doing that work?
Well, yes, but some are, some aren't. I'm just getting the helping hand.
All right, thank you, Jesus. 2013 C2E2 Chicago Bestow Productions Fanboy Buzz. Tommy Zimmer, right here, right now.
Self-published the book for a little while in the early 90s, and that caught the eye of Dark Horse because we were in the same town. And when they needed an editor and I had run out of money self-publishing, they offered me a job.
I met an editor. We were friends, and he said, you know, hey, you should pitch me some stuff. And I did, and it worked.
Kind of feral, so his teeth are a little bit bigger, and he's kind of like bulkier and, you know, droolier and whatnot. But he didn't go into full-on man-bat mode.
You know, we figured out how to do an interesting take on him, where he would actually, it'd be like less of a villain at first, and then all of a sudden he becomes this horrible human being that we know.
I did a Superman book with Jeff Johns and Richard Donner. It was a lot of fun to do. Featured Bizarro, which is probably the only Superman character I'm suited to draw.
Again, Kevin Smith was, before he was Kevin Smith, you know, was a fan of that Swamp Thing run.
Yeah, I think in a way Mr. Gibbs is the most sensible man in the film, which is really saying something, you know, of how crazy the other guys are.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely not growing up anytime soon.
Yeah, of course I'd love to see more, but I'm happy to be a part of what we did.
Him talk about you.
Yeah, well, Jack Napier and I, we go back, you know. We go back.
Watch Creative Continuity, COD Tunes, Con Rewind, Mr. Lobo Does, and more on this channel.
Creative Continuity. We bring the convention to you.